Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayinim Ambatva manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. And our Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 9th Adhyaya of the Rajavidya, Rajaguhya Yoga. And today we will be reading the 8th Shloka of this 9th Adhyaya. In the 7th Shloka, Sri Krishna, once again he told us what he had told us already in the Akshara Brahma Yoga, that come night, all this creation, all these beings, they just dissolve in me, they get back into my the original phase. And come the next kalpa, at the beginning of the next kalpa, I bring forth all of them again. Go and play in the playground of this creation. Go and play, but mind well that come night, you are going to be taken back to your home again. So that was what Sri Krishna had told us in the 7th shloka, that Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya prakṛitiṁ yanti mamikam kalpakshaye punastani kalpadau visṛijāmyaham. Again at the start of kalpa, I bring forth, I once again bring them out. Come on, go and play. Go and play till the daytime. And as the kalpa ends, as the Brahma's night starts approaching, you will be taken back. Then the mother will say, oh children, come on now, it is getting dark. Stop your play and come and have food and sleep peacefully. That is what happens in every household, isn't it? As the children are playing during the daytime, during the evening, as the evening approaches, the time for lighting the lamps and the vesper service, the mother calls out, oh children, come now, it is time to come back home. And that is what Sri Krishna does. That is what the great Lord does. That is what the Divine Mother does. That at the start of day, you are out. But as the night approaches, again, we go back to our home. We go back to our ultimate abode, the Paramadhama, waiting for next day morning to again start our play. So that was what Sri Krishna has told us in the 7th shloka, like he told us in the 18th and 19th shloka of the Akshara Brahma Yoga. Here also in the 7th shloka, Sri Krishna told us the same thing. And in the 8th shloka also, he is going to reiterate the same phenomena that he creates. Prakṛitiṁ svām avaṣhṭabhya visṛijāmi punaḥ bhūta-grāmam imaṁ kṛitsnam avaśhaṁ prakṛiter vaśhāt. This entire magic happens avaśhaṁ. Helplessly, all these beings, they have to undergo this. Helplessly, avaśhaṁ. It is not in their control. So what Sri Krishna says, prakṛitiṁ Swām avaṣhṭabhya. My own Prakriti, Swām, my own Prakriti avaṣhṭabhya. Having animated, having brought forth, having brought out this creation, avaṣhṭabhya, visṛijāmi punaḥ. Visṛijāmi is again sent forth. I sent forth this creation again and again. Punaḥ. Every start of kalpa, the creation starts, the creation comes forth, and every kalpakshaya, at the end of every kalpa, this creation, it goes back, and this cycle is happening again and again, repeatedly. Punaḥ. Prakṛitiṁ svām avaṣhṭabhya visṛijāmi punaḥ. I bring it out and again I send it back. This is what is happening. Now, bhūta-grāmam imaṁ kṛitsnam. Bhūta-grāma is, it is not one or two beings. Grama actually, the literal meaning of grama is a village or a locality or a city. But here what Krishna means, bhūta-grāmam is the multitude of beings. Not just one or two. Not just the human beings. All the beings, the plant kingdom, animal kingdom, animate, inanimate, living, non-living, moving, non-moving, all the beings, bhūta-grāmam, imaṁ kṛitsnam, all this multitude of beings, avaśham, prakṛiteः vaśhāt, helplessly, they, by force, they get into this Prakriti. By the force of this Prakriti, they again and again, they are bound to come. They are so helpless. They cannot help it at all. And exactly the same thing Sri Krishna had told us in the 19th Shloka of the Akshar Brahma Yoga also, that Ratrya agame avaśhaṁ partha prabhavati aharagame. Avaśham. We are so helpless creatures. And just imagine, we are so helpless and we think ourselves to be so big. That bloated and inflated ego that we have, I am so and so, I am such a person, who can touch me? That kind of inflated ego we all have created. We all have inflated. In fact, Sri Krishna says all these beings, they are so helpless, poor dwellers. They don't have any control over themselves. With my doing, they are coming forth and they are going back. That is their happening. This is what is happening day in and day out. They are so helpless. And under that helpless condition, we think we are wonderful, we are so great. But of course, it is a good feeling to be part of this creation. It's also a great feeling, isn't it? So what? So what? I am so insignificant, still I am a part of the Lord. Yes. Have that ego. Have that ripe ego, as Sri Ramakrishna used to say. The Paka Ami, not the Kacha Ami. Because the Kacha Ami is of no use. We are avaśham. In this play of Lord, we don't have any control. We are just helpless. So, prakṛitiṁ svām avaṣhṭabhya visṛijāmi punaḥ bhūta-grāmam imaṁ kṛitsnam avaśhaṁ prakṛiter vaśhāt. Animating my Prakriti, bringing alive my creation, I send forth again and again all this multitude of beings. Helpless. All this multitude of beings, they are helpless under the regime of Prakriti. They have no control. They have no sway. They have no the control of anything that is happening in their lives. Everything is guided by the Lord, by the mighty Mother, by the Divine Mother. Everything is controlled from there. We are absolutely avaśhṭabhya. We don't have any control over it. The act of animating the Prakriti takes place on a miniature scale at all levels in our existence. The Lord's creation is huge in our own lives. It happens at the minuscule level. Waking up in the morning, all beings writhe, wriggle, twist their limbs in order to animate them. As we start our morning, as we are out of our bed, even before getting out of our bed, before leaving the bed, we will just kind of, now the day has started. We just start, getting into the mode of following the day as we are leaving the bed. We animate the field by plowing it. And then all the lively activities, they start. We get up, we have our morning ablutions, then we eat, then we dress up, we get ready we take bath, we get ready for office, we get ready for doing the work if it is not office. And this is how it happens. We all get so engaged in our activities. The beast is animated with a whip. We get animated, we get into action with our own compulsion. What happens with the animals? The poor, the ox who is there in the shed. If he is not getting up, the farmer will go and just whip that ox. Come on, man, now it is time for you to get tied to the plow and we have to go to the farm. You have to plow the field, and that's how their life starts. The pupil is animated with the shake-up, and all these acts, spirit is infused into the matter. With every activity that we perform after getting up the bed, the spirit is infused into the matter. Otherwise, we are all dead matter, isn't it? If this life force is not there, everything is dead. So, start the day, and birds start chirping, choo 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 choo, choo, all those noises, and we get up, and then we big yawn, and we just extend our hands and feet, and then we leave the bed and we get into the activity. Now all those activities, they are nothing but infusing spirit into matter. The life force is getting it done. At the beginning of Kalpa, Prakriti comes from the unmanifest to the manifest state. Now what is happening in our day-to-day life? It is happening at that level of the divinity. There also, Lord wakes up and shakes the whole thing. Oh, come on now, get up. It is the start of the day. You have to get active. You have to get lively. You have to become active henceforth for the remaining day. Then, at the beginning of Kalpa, Prakriti comes from the unmanifest to the manifest state, being animated, brought to life by the Purusha. By Parama Divya Purusha, he says, come on, Prakriti, now is your day starting. Beings then helplessly and spontaneously come into existence, even as we helplessly wake up from the sleep. Most of us waking up from the sleep is such a boring task, isn't it? That beautiful, post alarm, whatever that small 5-minute sleep we enjoy, that is absolutely bliss, isn't it? And then to break that 5-minute bliss, just another 5 minutes, then I will get up. But we are helpless. We have to get up, whether we like it or not. Whether we want it or not, we have to forcefully get up. And that is what Sri Krishna says. All this happens not only with us, this happens with the entire creation. So let us be happy with that fact, that it is not only that we are helpless, even this entire creation is helpless. This creation has to bow down to the will of the Lord. Lord wishes, it comes into existence. Lord wishes, it goes back into the Lord. It is so helpless. It is so avaśhṭabhya. So this is what Sri Krishna means by how this entire creation is totally controlled by the will of the Lord. They don't have any free will. Nobody in this creation has anything called as a free will. They don't have anything of their own. They don't have, none of these beings, they have a will of their own. It is all the Lord's will. It is all the Lord's wish. Supposing Lord says, this creation, I am not happy. Come on, next creation. Change the form. And there we will have some other kingdoms. May not be the plant kingdom, animal kingdom, or the animate, inanimate, something else. So this is what happens in the Lord's Prakriti. As Lord wishes, Prakriti comes forth. As Lord wishes, Prakriti goes back. So this is happening, that Prakriti being helpless. Prakriti has no control over it. It has no mastery over it. It is happening at the will of the Lord. So that was again Sri Krishna, what he told us in the Akshara Brahma Yoga about that helplessness of the beings. Helplessness. Here now he has told us about the helplessness of the creation as such. There he talked about in the 8th Adhyaya, he talked about helplessness of the beings. That these beings come forth at the morning, at the dawn of the day, and then they get dissolved at the approach of the night. They are helpless. Here Sri Krishna is telling, now this is, since this teaching is at a far superior level, because it is Rajaguhya, Rajavidya, he is talking about the helplessness of the entire creation, of whatever universes we see around us, we perceive around us. All this entire our universe, this entire creation, the mighty Milky Ways and all these stars and moons and suns and planets, they're all helpless. They dance to the tune of the Lord. Come day, they start dancing. Come night, they disappear. So this is Sri Krishna's teaching in the 8th Shloka of the Akshara of this Rajavidya, Rajaguhya Yoga, the 9th Adhyaya of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Swami.